You love some male genitalia in this country, don't you? Hi.
Hey.
Welcome back to another episode of This American Tries. I'm Kara.
I'm Nick.
And today, we're going to insult you.
We're going to insult ourselves.
Probably.
Yeah, so you've been here long enough to be insulted enough in the UK, right?
Yeah, what are you doing here?
Have you had a lot of that?
I've got a lot of that.
Have you had a lot of that, people insult you?
Yeah, what are you doing here?
Yeah, it's not really an insult though, is it? Obviously, we love to insult each other in England and the UK. It's practically our love language. But you've picked up quite a few insults in your time here that you've overheard and you've been like, what does that mean?
Yes.
But you've picked 10, I think?
Yeah.
Of your favourite insults that you wanted to talk about today. So welcome and be prepared to hear some words that may be somewhat insulting. What's your number one?
My first one is one that I don't feel sounds great in the American accent. So I would like you to start off with our first insult.
No, I want to hear it from you.
No, I can't do it.
Do it.
It doesn't work.
Do it.
I do the hard R.
Number one is...
Wanker.
Yeah, you butchered it. It's a word that Americans love to say when you tell them you're British. And they don't realise that it's actually really offensive over here to call someone
wanker.
It is, and it's like, oh yeah, oh you're from England? Yes, I am. How's it going, you wanker? I'm like, whoa.
I've never ever done that.
Oh, it's happened. It's happened on both sides of the US, on both coasts to me.
Ugh.
People have called me that because they just think it's how we say hello. And it is. But yeah, wanker is actually quite offensive to a lot of people. I guess I should probably tell you where the word comes from.
Yeah?
Well, not to beat around the bush, pun definitely intended, it is a term to copulate with oneself. So it derives from the British slang for that, to enjoy one's own company. But it is most often used to describe someone you don't like, someone who may be a bit of an idiot, somebody foolish, someone contemptible, someone you find quite annoying. So it's pretty strong. It's a pretty strong one to say to people.
Yeah, we're starting off strong.
Do you use it at all?
No.
Mainly because you sound silly saying it?
I sound so silly saying it, but in America, you wouldn't say that. You would call someone a jerk off.
Or a jag off.
or a big J-O. You big,
J-O.
You big J-O.
But I have heard it used by Americans. They used it in The Simpsons.
Winkers.
Because obviously it's not offensive in America. So you can use it at like 7 p.m, 8 p.m. on TV. But over here, you probably wouldn't hear it on TV before the 9 p.m. watershed. What's your number two?
Number two is Pratt.
Pratt.
Not to be confused with Brat. Charlie XCX.
Yeah, it's a bit old school Pratt.
Yeah, that's one that I don't hear too often.
But I want to bring it back. So instead of calling someone a wanker, I want to call someone a Pratt from now on.
Okay, tell the good people what it means.
Again, similar to wanker, I guess it's a more socially acceptable way of calling someone a bit of an idiot. From what I understand, and please feel free to correct me if I am wrong or incorrect here. I know you will. It's an old English word that means buttocks.
Oh.
So you're a bit of a butt. You're a buttock.
Butthead.
But over time, I don't think anyone refers to their bottom as a prat. That person's just a bit of a prat. I guess you'd call them a jerk.
Maybe, or like a moron.
Yeah.
If you're going more like they're stupid.
What a prat.
What a moron.
I drank too much last night and I behaved like a bit of a prat.
Yeah. Number three is another one that I feel doesn't sound great in an American accent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go on.
Pillock. Which is what you often refer to our dog as.
Oh, he's a pillock.
Pillock.
But pillock it's very old school. I feel like it hit its peak in the 70s and 80s. From what I understand, it dates back to Middle English. Was used at that time as slang for the male member. And again, now it's kind of a mild insult for somebody who's a bit stupid, a bit clumsy, a bit oafish. What a pillock.
Our dog.
Pillock.
But again, it's just not used much now. The TikTok generation aren't using the word pillock.
Number 4 is one that I don't even think that you really use.
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think so?
I love it.
I don't really hear you say it much, but it is Plonker.
Again, it hit its peak in the 70s and 80s and maybe the early 90s. I coach an under 6s football team, and one of the kids has just started using the word plonker because it was made very famous by the TV show Only Fools and Horses. Del Boy would call his little brother Rodney, "You plonker."
Oh yeah, Del Boy does say that.
He does say. So yeah, plonker was very much used in that. And, you know, people who enjoy that show will call people a plonker. Again, it's pretty mild, but it was slang, again, for the male genitalia.
Wow, you guys really
Love that.
love it.
We do.
You love some male genitalia in this country, don't you?
We love to call people male genitalia. But I believe it originally started as calling somebody to describe like how much they drank. So like similar to saying like you're a pisshead, you drink so much that like you're a plonker, which I guess makes sense because the sound of when you put something in water, it's a plonk. So yeah, someone is a heavy drinker, but now it's just when you call someone a bit of an idiot, a bit of a waster, he's just a plonker. I love plonker. I want to bring it back.
All right, bring it back.
Yeah.
Bring back Plonker and Pillock.
We're going to start an internet campaign. Bring back mild insults that your granddad probably used. Okay, what's the next one?
Number 5 is yet another one that I do not feel translates well to the American accent. Anything that ends with like a hard R, I feel like just doesn't really work for us. Number 5 is tosser.
Tosser.
Yeah.
What a tosser.
Yeah.
Now, I know someone who uses tosser a lot, but the way that he says it is with like such a drawn out T. He's like, "You tosser." And you know that he really means it when he does that. I thought there were two meanings of, right? So some people would use it the same as wanker, as it is a synonym for enjoying one's own company, as we should say. Another synonym for that is to toss off, or to be tossed off, I suppose, if you're. So it's a way to call someone an idiot, basically, to be insulting towards them, call them incompetent. He's just a tosser. I thought to say someone is a tosser could also be to say that I don't give a toss, and to not give a toss would mean I don't give a monkey's toss. And what do monkeys toss? Their poo. So I couldn't give a monkey's toss. I couldn't give a now means a tosser, he's a or someone who throws We're really getting into it today.
Yeah, we certainly are. We're getting into the
Again, I think it's a bit of an old one. Now we just get really vulgar. And those ones do translate.
Yeah.
Because everyone knows those words. All right, what is your number 6?
Number 6 is git.
Git?
Yeah.
He's a bit of a git, isn't
Yeah.
he? Oh, you miserable git.
Yeah.
You saucy git. Something that you call someone. Something that my granddad would probably call someone. I had to look into this one to find out where it may have come from. And again, please feel free to leave it in the comments if I am wrong, because I probably am, because this has taken about 2 minutes of searching online. But from what I understand, the origin of this was that it derived from an Arabic word of geet, which means idiot. And again, now it's just kind of a mild insult. If you don't want to call someone a then you just call them a git. They're contemptible, they're annoying. He's a git.
Fair enough. Number 7, yet another. A nutter.
A nutter.
A nutter.
We need to work on your pronunciation.
Nutter.
Nutter butter.
Nutter butter.
Nutter butter.
Yeah. No, you don't speak like that.
Nutter butter. I would say nutter butter. Oh.
Nutter butter. Water bottle.
Wow. Nutter.
Nutter.
Yeah, that's better.
Okay.
Nutter.
Nutter.
So, for someone to be a nutter, you're not calling them an idiot, but you are. So a nutter would tend to tend to imply that somebody is a little bit not right in their head.
Yeah.
He's a nutter. He went out in -4 with just a t-shirt on. What a nutter. So nut is slang for head. Use your nut. So it refers to somebody crazy, eccentric, unstable, a few sandwiches short of a picnic, a few bricks short of a load, not the sharpest tool in the old shed. So nutter. He's off his nut.
Number 8 is Numpty, which I really like. It almost sounds like you're being nice, which is such the British way.
Yeah, again, I think it's meant to describe somebody simple. I understand this one actually originated in Scotland, and the Scottish like to use it to insult people. But yeah, it's just somebody lacking intelligence. He's a bit of a numpty. Oh, you numpty.
A lot of these could be used to describe our dog.
Oh, he's a numpty.
Our poor dog.
He is though. I love numpty. Do you know what the other one I love? Donut. You donut.
Donut.
You absolute donut. But yeah, numpty, foolish person.
Yes. Yeah, I like
numpty.
Numpty. Plus it sounds okay when I say it.
Yeah.
Numpty.
You numpty. It translates well.
It does.
It goes well in the old accent.
It does. Number
9?
9 is knob.
Oh, I love knob.
Yeah, do you?
Yeah. It's a cheap editing trick. Knob.
Knobhead.
Yeah, I remember you discovering knob.
I bet you do.
I remember the first time I showed you knob.
Me too.
I remember the first time. It's a cheap editing trick. Do you remember the first time that you heard me call someone a knob?
No.
You were quite flummoxed.
Was I?
Yeah. You're like, what a knob?
Knob?
Yeah, and then you started calling people knob jobs.
Oh, yeah, I did.
It won't surprise you to know that knob is another colloquialism for
The male genitals.
yes.
Hmm.
And it's again used to describe someone that you think is a bit annoying or idiotic. So you would probably just call someone a
Yeah.
but we, love to call people knobs.
Knob sounds much nicer, but that is one that gets thrown around in this house a lot.
Yeah, you knob.
Yeah.
What a knob.
You absolute knob.
Knobhead.
Yeah, knob.
What a knobhead. But there's a few variations. Knob, knobhead, knob tax.
I don't know that one.
I think that's just one between me and my friends. He's a knob tax. Bringing it back. What an absolute knob. You just call someone that if you think they're a bit of an idiot without calling them a so that's a good one. Do you have much experience with knob?
You would know.
Yeah, boy.
Next.
Ah, 10th and final insults, which seems very much like a granddad insult.
Oh yeah.
Bugger.
Oh, bugger.
Bugger off.
Oh, bugger it. Bugger. And that is, yeah, it's a bit old manish.
Yeah.
But I feel it stood the test of time. You do hear it a lot. I'm sure you do.
Yeah. I feel like people will sometimes say that about like a naughty child.
Yeah. Do you know what? In
Yeah.
America, they do.
Yeah.
I've heard like, oh, where are the little buggers?
Yeah.
Which is kind of interesting when you think about the origin of the word because it originally referred to sodomy.
Ooh.
And that's what the crime was called in the UK, buggery. So to bugger someone would mean to sodomize them.
That's horrible.
It is. So when you think about it, if you call someone a bugger, it means someone who does that.
Yeah.
And to bugger it would mean to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's one with some pretty heavy past.
Yeah, that's grim.
But now it is used as somewhat of a mild insult or an exclamation. Yeah, again, it's another one with a lot of variations.
Yeah.
So, bugger it, you are a bugger, bugger off. Yeah, it's pretty versatile.
Yeah.
Yeah, unlike buggery. Do you use it much? The word,
No.
but you hear it a lot.
Yeah. But again, I feel like anything that ends in a hard R doesn't really work for me. Oh, yeah. No, I don't use it much. I don't feel like it translates well with my accent. Bugger.
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 Bugger. Sounds a lot like booger.
Yeah, you little bugger.
All right, so that's your 10.
That's my 10 insults.
Interesting to see if we get monetized for this one.
We won't, but we might if you guys start subscribing to our channel.
We would love that.
It would help us out so much. There's a lot of you that watch that aren't subscribed. So if you could just click the button, it would help us out so much. We would really appreciate it.
Click it till it changes color.
That's right.
We would love it. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed this video where we used lots of naughty words. And we will see you in the next one. And until the next time that we do, thank you so much for watching and cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. We've had a lot of laughs today, but I'd like to talk to you about something serious if that's all right with you. Did you know that today in the UK alone, over 8 million people will use words like or in some extreme cases, it's vile. Simply vile. What's even more frustrating is that, in most cases, they could have used less offensive, even funnier words like dipstick, wally, or numpty. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever felt ashamed or embarrassed by calling someone a Have you ever been removed from your child's PTA meeting for calling the head teacher a Well, you're not alone. Here's my story. When the news broke that the classic TV show Bullseye was returning to our screens, I was elated. I was overjoyed, but when I later learned that it was only coming back for one episode, I was crestfallen. My elation turned to despair. I said some words that I didn't mean, and as a result, I was forcibly removed from my local branch of B&Q. I truly hit rock bottom. And after some soul searching, I realised there has to be a better way. And that's why I started Smile, the Society for Milder Insults and Lesser Expletives. We believe in a simpler time, and where expressing yourself doesn't end in you being dragged kicking and screaming from the paint aisle and spending a night in your local jail. Imagine a world where you can call the postman who keeps leaving rubber bands on your driveway a wally, and he can't knock you out. Paradise. So join us, we're waiting for your call. And remember to smile, because if you don't, you're a flippin' div.